My name is Andrew Samuel, and I'm the principal of Samuel & Wealth, a nationally recognized wealth management firm for lawyers, their firms, and their clients. And let's applaud lawyers who care and learn from them. Today, my guest is Troy Brown. He is a partner at Albers Associates, a Maryland-based law firm. And Troy litigates complex claims across a diverse set of practice areas, including corporate and business transactions, commercial litigation, and construction and residential real estate law. Welcome, Troy.
Thank you, Andrew. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, Troy, tell us what brought you to your profession.
That's a great question. My mother and my father, I think most obviously. My mother always thought that I advocated for myself too much. My father, being a mathematician by training and vice principal of the high school that I went to, was a very process-oriented person. So between advocacy and having a love of procedure, and frankly, a love of comic books, the three of those brought me to bear in the legal profession, wanting to be an advocate, wanting to be a hero for my clients, a trusted advisor, and overall hero.
And hold on. So if your dad was the vice principal of your, did you say middle school or high school?
High school.
So that means you kind of had to be on good behavior because the principal was right around the corner.
You're not wrong about that, Andrew. I think you're exactly right. But frankly, one of the things that my parents made sure of, in particular my father, was making sure that I had a space to develop as the man that I was supposed to be, focused, growing, meeting different kinds of people, exploring myself while being disciplined in high school, playing football and running track.
So if you're advocating for yourself, that then takes you down the path that you're on now.
Certainly.
And you have a diverse client base and you've been in practice. Do you have a story that you want to share with us that kind of talks about some of the things that Troy does so well?
Thank you for asking. So again, I enjoy being a trusted advisor. I think many lawyers, their clients are coming to them because they're either about to be sued, they've been sued, or they need help with a transaction. Some of the work I do also, mergers and acquisitions, corporate governance. Most of my clients are really a combination of being excited, maybe scared, nervous. Not all of them are sophisticated consumers of legal services, so they need a shepherd to usher them through the process. What I try to do is make sure that I'm approaching my practice, my clients with empathy, understanding, and setting definable and realistic goals to help them get through whatever they're going through, whether it's a sale, a merger, creating a company, suing or being sued. Ultimately, that's what it's all about. Again, giving them definable goals, showing empathy, being a sword and a shield. And
think of a case that you've just either completed or something that sticks out in your head. Like what is it?
So again, I represent a number of different companies. A case that I'm about to finish up involves a company who had been cited by the Department of Labor for misclassification of their workers. And I think to be tagged or under investigation by any governmental authority can be quite scary, and it can involve heavy penalties and fines. And for me, it was about, again, being realistic, helping them understand the process from start to finish, guiding them through it. And ultimately, we negotiated a very good resolution with the Department of Labor, and it's ultimately helped their business practices. And given what I do, it's important for me to maintain a healthy network of other professionals. So often my clients may need immediate legal work, but they may need other professionals to help them improve their business practices. So we took a very good company and ultimately made it better and negotiated a very good settlement to help them get out of trouble.
And what area are you usually focusing on most? So let's say out of a 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hour work week, whatever it might be, where do you like to spend most of your time?
Do you mean physically or in terms of the kind of clients I work with? Can you help me understand the question?
Yeah, your favorite practice area. I mean, everyone,
Gosh,
yeah, some people love the transactions, some people
sure.
love the scribing, some people love the litigating, the courtroom. What's your favorite?
You know what? I try my best to avoid the courtroom. If for no other reason than what it means for me is if I'm there for a trial, I mean, we all have hearings, that's part of the process. But if I have to get to a trial, it means I was unable to find a good resolution for my client,
Hmm.
and we have to roll the dice and see what happens. So for me, acting as fractional general counsel for a lot of companies, it's a combination of helping them with transactions, improving their processes through, again, reviewing contracts, other corporate governance. So it's a combination of helping them with transactions and resolving disputes, finding a good resolution, an efficient resolution, which means finding a good resolution quickly and relatively cheaply.
Everyone, today my guest is Troy Brown. He is a partner at Albers Associates. Troy, can you provide our audience with your contact information?
Absolutely. Again, Troy Brown. My email is tbrown@rossalbers.com, ROSSALB as in boy, ERS.com. And my direct line is 443-499-6798, Troy Brown, Albers Associates.
This has been the Lawyers Who Care video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond. And Troy is certainly a shining example of that. If you're an attorney or know one that goes above and beyond, feel free to reach out to us, 914-666-6600, 914-666-6600. And Troy, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Andrew.